Native Americans were convinced they were the spirits of their ancestors.
Settlers first reported seeing them more than 100 years ago, but despite the best efforts of scientific research, to this day, no one has solved the mystery of the Marfa Lights.
It's amazing. They're weird because, you know, they're not moving like a vehicle would move, you see.
By day, Marfa is an unremarkable place. Just another dusty West Texas town. Surrounded in all directions by miles and miles of open space. But when the sun goes down, something happens in the skies east of town that sets this place apart.
I love to see the lights. I know those are Marfa Lights exist.
People from across the globe come to a roadside viewing area.
Now you only see two, right?
Down there's one way over.
They peer into the night sky, looking for the Marfa Lights.
That's to the right of it. There's one, two.
They're out this way, and the one that's over the beacon is moving, whether that's one of the lights or not, but it's moving.
That's what fascinated me, because nobody can find out what they are.
Armando Vasquez is something of a local expert.
It's like a distant, maybe a car with one light, real bright, and they dim, and they go off, and they sometimes divide in two, and they're weird because, you know, they're not moving like a vehicle would move, you see. And they're just mystery. We don't know what causes them to come on. Nobody knows.
It's not for lack of trying. In recent years, there have been a number of scientific examinations, including an exhaustive study by a team from Japan. For days, the Japanese, using sophisticated cameras and equipment, studied the skies. They filmed the lights, they formulated theories, but didn't prove much. There are no phosphor deposits in the area, ruling out phosphorescent minerals. No methane or swamp gas. Static electricity is another theory, but again, without much supporting evidence. The bottom line is almost no one disputes that the Marfa Lights exist. And thus far, every scientific theory proposed to explain them appears to be seriously flawed.
Well, I don't know. There's a highway over there someplace that goes to Presidio, I guess.
From the viewing area looking toward the Chinati Mountains, there's a red beacon light, and beyond that, a stretch of highway. Some of what people see in that portion of the horizon could be car lights. But again, the car light theory runs into real problems because the mystery lights were reported here long before cars existed. The Apaches called them ghost lights and attributed them to the wandering spirits of their ancestors. Early settlers also reported them dating back to the 1880s. And over the years, the stories of encounters with the mystery lights have grown strange indeed.
Well, they have been chased by the light, maybe riding right next to them on the steering wheel, right there by the door. And they have been followed. They've been following cars.
Armando says the strangest tale he's ever heard was 20 years ago from an old man who'd been on a camping trip when he saw a mystery light land and its occupants submerge.
Creatures from outer space. And he was real scared. This old man was really scared. So he went home and talked to me. I said, no, I'm sorry, I can't help you, because I haven't seen that.
They come out with some real wild stories where these things have stampeded horses and chased cars down the road. That's totally ridiculous. These lights are mild. They're friendly. They're not going to hurt anybody.
Marfa's mayor, Fritz Kahl, first encountered the lights in 1943 when he was stationed at the local air base and attempted to chase them in his plane, nearly crashing before a crew member told him he was flying too low. The ghost lights are a mystery that the mayor and many others here would like to remain unsolved.
This is a local phenomenon that is very fascinating, and we've had some good minds in here trying to find out what this is. Oh no, I don't want to solve.
Oh, there's a lot of them now.
There's a lot of them, yeah. All lined up.
Next week's Text Files case examines a huge winged creature that made news and terrified residents of the Rio Grande Valley nearly 30 years ago. You may have seen a recent movie called The Mothman Prophecies, based on sightings in West Virginia in the 60s. A similar series of sightings in Texas 10 years later still baffles everyone who studies them today. That's next Sunday on Fox 4 News at 9.